Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing on this Thursday? Woo! I am super excited that each and every one of you decided to jump on this call tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Roquanda Guy, and I am an executive director with this amazing company that you're on the line to hear about tonight with this training and hear some wonderful testimonies. You guys, let me tell you, we are on a mission to make sure that we're helping families around the world. We're making sure that we're helping people increase their household income by $1,000. Yes, $1,000 extra a week. All right. But you know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to move out of the way and bring our coaches to the line, you guys. I have the pure pleasure of introducing a phenomenal couple, Mr. and Mrs. McCray. Let me tell you about them, you guys. They have been in the industry of network marketing for over 20 years, and they were literally putting out more than they could bring in, okay? And I am so glad that they decided to say yes to this industry one more time. Let me tell you something else about this power couple, you guys. All right, about 15 months ago, when they said yes to this industry, they went on and made $250,000, you guys, in their first 7 months. And then they went on to make $650,000 in less than a year. Their story has been featured on businessforhomes.org. They are our national leaders. They represent being a power couple that is building a global organization here at the company you guys are on the line to hear about. Let me start off by telling you about Miss McCray. She first represents being a mom, a wife, a daughter first. This young lady is a mom that went mompreneur. Now let me tell you about Mr. McCray. Mr. McCray, you guys, he is a retired engineer, and he is no stranger to success. Okay, this power couple right here is building a dynasty over here at the company that we are all in tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and move out the way. Without further ado, and I'm going to go ahead and bring Mr. McCray to the line for tonight's training. Mr. McCray, are you out there, sir?
Everybody has a dream, but not everybody has a grind. Y'all go ahead and dance with me for a little while tonight, y'all. Woo! Hey, look, I'm going to tell y'all what. Look, we free over here on this team, all right? That's what we do. Y'all see all these people on this panel tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they're here to share some amazing information with you guys, some amazing stories. Guys, I'm going to tell y'all what, one of the things that Pam and I have been able to hold true to is the fact that we always have fun while we're building our home-based business. And you guys have heard me say time and time again, if you're not having fun while you're building your business, then you're doing it all wrong. So this is why all these people on this panel is smiling, because they talk to us regularly and they know that we love to have fun. But look, I want to say welcome to our first team hangout for Created for Greatness. Everybody clap it up, clap it up. Hey, hey, we expect to get a ton of messages saying, you know what, we love the team hangout format, because you know this is our first one. And look, Cornell, mute your microphone, because we just learning this stuff. All right, we just getting it down, but I promise y'all that it's gonna get gooder and gooder. All right, so guys, if you have that pen and paper tonight, you definitely need to make sure you have it out, because you're going to need it. And I'm gonna put my picture. Let me put a picture up here. See, because I like to look at my beautiful wife while I'm talking. All right, y'all can look at whoever y'all want to look at, but I like to look at my wife because she motivates me. All right, every time I see her face, she's always smiling, guys. She's always motivating me. So I love to just see her every morning when I wake up. And that's the amazing thing, guys. We get to build a global business together. All right, together. And I can't trade that in for anything in the world. simply because I've always thought about how it would be to actually wake up every day and actually build a business with my wife. And I'm going to tell y'all, some of those thoughts were kind of scary. They were kind of scary because I didn't know if I could spend all day. I didn't know if I could spend all day with my wife and not get mad at her. But guess what? We have our moments when we disagree. Guys, we're not perfect, okay? We have our moments when we disagree. We have more moments when we agree. We have our moments when we just agree to disagree, all right? But at the end of the day, it's all a part of our growth process. And because we work so closely together, ladies and gentlemen, it's allowed us to, in just one short year, to be able to make that $500,000+ that we've made and going on to get to that $1 million mark. These individuals that are on this panel tonight, guys, they are what you call leaders over here at Team Creative for Greatness and Total Life Changes. But let me start by saying this, all right? A lot of you know my wife and I's story. You know, Miss Raquanda, guys, she talked about it, you know, but there's different chapters to your story. There's different facets, different levels of your story. Some of your stories haven't even been created yet to the full extent because as you go, you're continually going and building your story. So as you're building your story, different things always happen. But always remember, things don't happen to you. They happen for you. All right, over here at Total Life Changes and synonymous to the industry of network marketing, ladies and gentlemen, you have to always look at the glass as half full instead of half empty. That's how everybody asks us, man, how are y'all able to basically stay motivated? How are y'all able to do what y'all do? Because we find the good in everything. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Y'all can sit back and say, you know what, I think Nate just saying that. Well, you can say what you want to say. But the only way we know after 20 years in this industry is to basically see the glass is always half full. And that's why I'm always, Pam, I always tell you, and I know Nate's got some mindset stuff to talk to you guys about because I believe this industry is 90% mindset and 10% skill set. So if it happens up here, then it can manifest itself in the physical. But I know a lot of you guys have followed us, a lot of you guys have followed some of these dynamic individuals on this panel right now, and trust me when I tell you they have some amazing stories. A lot of you follow us on social media. You saw that, you know, I was able to just go out and get up in the morning and duck out and go down to the dealership all the way downtown. Now look, I'm not talking about right around the corner, all right? I'm talking about all the way downtown Miami. Raquanda, Elena, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all know how far that is, all right? Brickell Ave is not around the corner from here, all right? So I got up that morning, I trekked all the way downtown Miami. I fought that rush hour traffic. I sat down, I walked on the lot, and I want you guys to know God is amazing. Because when I walked on the lot, I saw the car right away that I knew was for my queen. I knew which one that she would want. Now, mind you, guys, my wife would look great in any car on the lot, all right? But I knew the car that she wanted, and that car stood out so much, so vividly to me. I told the guy, I said, you know what? I said, I want that car right there. And he said, okay. I said, but wait. I want that car right there, but I don't want those wheels on that car. I want you to change those wheels out to these wheels over here. He said, well, let's talk about, okay, well, let's go on, let's talk about financing. I said, oh, no, there will be no financing. Okay. I said, there'll be no financing. I said, when I leave you, I said, this car will be paid for. He said, well, let's go talk about those wheels. So he was happy. He was happy. He knew he took me serious. He said, well, what do you do, sir? I said, sir, I own a health and wellness company, my wife and I. And I said, you know what? We're loving life. We're going through some restoration right now because just under a year ago, we were absolutely homeless. I said, so this is a very exciting time for me, and I want this to be a very exciting time for my wife when she comes down here. All right? So sat down, did the paperwork, told them exactly what needed to happen, told them not to mess it up. All right, told them get everything cleaned up. When they called and gave me the okay, I was able to take my wife down to the lot and present her with her Maserati, one of her dream cars that she's always wanted. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't tell you this stuff to impress you, but I tell you this to impress upon you, okay, how exciting the times are that we're living in. These times with total life changes, ladies and gentlemen, are times of restoration. When you can go from no money to no money to more money. When you can go from absolutely being from repossession to home possession to car possession. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go to any level that you want to go to over here at Total Life Changes, from stressed to blessed. All it takes is some action from you. That's all it takes. And Pam McCray and myself and these individuals that you see on this panel, and we couldn't even fit them all on the panel. We could only put 10 on this panel. We need to talk to them about increasing our panel so we can fill the screen up, because we have some amazing leaders over here that want the same thing that we do. They want to see all of you guys successful. So if one of your leaders is on this panel, then you're going to be blessed tonight. We have AK, we have Cornell Sweetney, we have Elena McCann, we have Nicole over here, we have Raquanda, we have Quentin and Rosemary Farr, we have Val Davis, guys, and we couldn't fit anybody else on this platform, but we're excited to have all of you guys on this platform. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing to join. And the next Hangout, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a leader out there, reach out to us and tell us, I want to be on the next Hangout to share my story. So the premise of this call tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is about your story, all right? Because we all know that facts tell, stories sell, all right? Because you need to learn how to master your story, all right? So I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to bring to the line a young lady right now that I've been with for 27 years, and we've been through so much together, and it's kind of hard for me to talk about because I know I'm going to start crying because I'm a big softy on the inside. All y'all know Coach Nate is the hard one. Coach Nate's going to give it to you straight. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you straight, but I'm a big softy on the inside, especially when it comes to my wife. Because when you got that person that's always been there for you, that no matter what, even when you didn't have a dime, when you were rolling up pennies, trying to make those ends meet for your family, she was there. When the repo man was coming to get the car, she was there. When we couldn't pay our mortgage, the first house we bought, she was there. Never wavered, not once. When you have somebody like that in your life, ladies and gentlemen, you have to celebrate them. TLC is allowing us to celebrate people in a fashion that no other company is allowing us to do that. So I want to bring my amazing wife because she said yes. And I said, baby, go. I'm going to make sure that everything is set, everything is conducive at home so that you can go and basically go ape. Just do whatever you need to do, go crazy so that you can basically help us make these ends meet. She did that without complaining, not once. She set the example for everybody on this call. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring my amazing business partner, guys, the founder, the creator of Team Created for Greatness, my phenomenal wife, Miss Pam McCray. I love you. Have you made it to the line? I know you are. I see you right there.
Wow. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. Team, we're supposed to be on here, celebrating, having a good time, and just really learning. So I apologize for the tears, but these tears are because as I look at every single one of you across my screen, the biggest thing as your leaders is we just want you all to know that it is possible. Every challenge that you go through, every step that you take, every no that you have to get past, I just want every single one of you on this platform and everybody that's watching this hangout to know that it's your turn, it's your season. You just got to stay focused. So when I shed these tears, because we're not supposed to be on here crying tonight, it's because I'm just so excited about your future. Because it's something about when you're walking in the purpose that God has for you, and you just keep your eyes fixed on the end prize, and you end up taking your focus off of yourself and your situation. See, when I think about it, as Nate shared, I tell you, I'm so thankful because God knew who I needed in my life, because we've been through a lot of challenges. And when I tell you, my husband has truly been that blessing in my life to continue to cause me to keep forward and moving forward. Because okay, I didn't always feel like this, but as Nate said, I think he has on his shirt tonight, improvise, adapt, and overcome. I had to become that, because he used to look at me and he used to say, you know what, baby, this is what we got. It's either we're going to fall and we're going to not get back up, or we're going to be slapped down and we're going to get back up and we're going to continue to walk. And so after hearing him, I keep getting muted. I truly began to believe that thing. And because he kept pushing, he kept believing in me, because I didn't always believe in myself. You all know my story. I was shy. I would shake like a leaf in front of a room. I couldn't lead a team. Now look at all of you. You are a result of the person that Pam McCray had to become, that Nathan McCray had to become. And so there's a reason why every single one of you are attached. It's not just our turn, it's your turn. So I'm excited. I'm not going to cry. I don't know, because there's some stories on here, so I'm probably going to be shedding some tears tonight. But I'm excited, because the tears that I shed are the tears for every single one of you, because Nate and I both already see all of you, Team Creative for Greatness, walking across the stage. So we hope that every single one of you see yourself on that stage. And if you don't, you better borrow our belief, because we know it's already done. So I'm excited to be on this hangout tonight, with our team, as we just wanted to do something different. So I hope y'all out there excited about this hangout tonight, because we said, you know what, let's gather the team, let's put some faces to the voices, and let's just share with the world, our story, because our story is the very thing that is going to help to get us to the next level. Just as Nate was sharing, when we learn to become master storytellers over here at TLC, that's the very thing that is going to help change the lives of so many people around the globe. So your story is very important. And sometimes you look at the big stories, you look at the big checks, the six-figure earners. But what we want every single one of you to know tonight is that you have a story. So if you're somebody that just gets into TLC and guess what? You just made your money back. You have a story, because you don't know how many opportunities Nate and I joined over the last 20 years, struggling, never winning in this industry, where we never earned a dime of our money back. As a matter of fact, we always took a loss. So that's the story. But that's because Total Life Changes is changing lives. So there's a couple things that you got to master over here. There's actually 3 different stories that you want to make sure you master. The first one is obviously yours. So that's the reason why you see all these beautiful faces, these handsome faces on this platform tonight, because you're going to hear some stories. So everybody should have their pen and paper out. To leverage. Nate, I hope you can hear me, because it looks like my microphone keeps muting me out. But so when you begin to share these stories, or you're talking to someone, you'll now be able to relate to that person and say, you know what, there was a gentleman, or there was a young lady, and you know what, she was going through the same thing, because your story and the stories that we share are actually inspirational to people. So you got to master your story. You also want to make sure that you master the company story. The company story. Where did the company come from? We all know the story about Mr. Jack Fallon starting this company with a vision. One man from his basement 16 years ago. And as a result of his vision, we now have an opportunity that is changing the entire world. And then you want to make sure that you master your upline story. See, there's power in who you're connected to. And so now you're able to leverage the story of your upline to be able to share with the people that you are introducing this opportunity to, the products to, because it's inspirational. See, one of the things that Nate and I were able to do, and we still do along the way, is we always leverage Coach Stormy's story. So a lot of times people will ask us, well, what did you say to people when they asked you how much money you're making? And I always share that people never asked us that question. You know why? Because even though we weren't winning financially in the businesses that we did, we knew quickly how to take the attention off of ourselves. So we would share our testimony. If it was a weight loss or some type of product testimony, we would share it. But then we would quickly say, have you heard of Coach Stormy Wellington? And people would be like, no, Coach Stormy Wellington, what? Oh my goodness, you haven't heard of Stormy Wellington? And then I would immediately go into a story. I would say, listen, this is a woman who was working a $13 an hour job about 8 years ago. And absolutely no experience. In 1 year's time, ladies, I want you to know she became a documented millionaire. But not only that, she's helping to change a lot of lives. She has a mission. And I've been identified as one of the 1,000 families that she's going to help make 6 figures in 2016. And guess what? She told me if I ever find anybody that I thought she could work with, she'd take the time to actually speak with that person. So I would share her story. And that's the reason why whenever I introduce her, I'm so passionate about it, because her story became a part of me. See, we got to know that as we learn the different stories and who you're connected to, when you begin to leverage the stories, that's going to bring power to the person, to the individual that you're talking to, because it's inspirational. So now you got to learn how to master your story. So we have some very powerful stories on this platform tonight. And let's see. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start on the right side of my screen tonight. And then we'll kind of just talk and we'll have a little fun on this hangout tonight. I'm actually watching the computer to the side, so if there's any questions that need to be asked, you definitely can ask them. We're going to answer questions at the end, just like we do on our team calls. But there's a young lady that I want to bring to this hangout tonight who, I tell you, is truly a blessing in our lives. She came into our life a couple years ago, and I remember us doing another opportunity together. And when we first got started over here at TLC, I reached out to her, and she had started another company, and I said, well, sis, we're about to go ahead and embark on total life changes. And so she watched for just a little minute. And I tell you, everything she touches truly does turn to gold. And so she watched for just a little minute, and she said, wait a minute, I think I made a little mistake. You know, what do I need to do in order to get into position? And so she truly is like a sister to us. Everybody she comes in contact with, her spirit is absolutely incredible. And so she's been able to do some phenomenal things on a part-time basis. So the first person that I want to bring to this hangout tonight is our sister, our friend, Regional Director, Ms. Val Davis, who is building this business part-time. She works a full-time job. I don't even know how she got the night off tonight to be on this hangout. About 12 hours, 14-hour days, still leading an entire organization. She's in the military reserve. Let's give it up to a hats off salute as a major. So not just in there, but she's actually somebody in the military. And so she's been able to do phenomenal things. So Ms. Val Davis, come on this hangout tonight and just share with our team your story.
Hi, Ms. McCray. Hi, team. Good to see everyone. Can everyone hear me? Great, great. Well, I started Total Life Changes back in November 2015, was excited about what I was hearing, but wanted to see would this pack of tea really do what it was set out to do. So I started on the products back in the during the holidays, not changing too much with my diet per se, and actually slipped up and lost 30 pounds in 3 months. And I decided to add in our NRG and our NutriBurst, and it just went from there. And people started to see my story. They started to see me being a product of the product and see that these products really worked. So by doing that, I started sharing with everyone, and actually earned $5,000 in my first 3 months in business on a part-time basis. 8 months in, I think I went to like over $20-some thousand in the business, and then life happened. Life happened, and I lost a personal, someone close to me, who raised me from birth, which was my grandmother. Excuse me. And I didn't know what I was actually going to do. Went into a depression state, sort of stayed away, but still, dibbled and dabbled in, with the products because I know they worked. Couldn't go to work, but I knew total life changes was definitely for me, because when I was in my depression state, through our awesome compensation plan, I was still earning income. Needed to replace, well, my grandmother had some money as far as the burial, but I can honestly say total life changes made it where I could finish paying for my grandmother's funeral arrangements, and it didn't put a dent in my bank account. None whatsoever. So I know what we have over here is different. Very different from any other company that I've been with. Our products work, and our compensation plan is changing lives from just an ordinary person. With me, I definitely have made a lot of money on retail, but the phenomenal thing about this, I have actually made more on my 1099 last year than I did my W-2 form, which is a blessing, And not to mention that my giving to my church is over my 10%, and I give God all the praise for that. And I'm actually here taking care of my grandfather now. Brought him home from the nursing home. He's doing well on our phenomenal products, and we don't make any medical claims. But the doctors told me he has bone cancer, but the doctors told me to keep giving him what I'm giving him because his levels are stable. Doing very good on our products, and I'm actually giving him our chaga, our Gano, and our NutriBurst, and our Tichui. So what we have here is huge, team. So if you use your products, get them out there and share with everyone. We are changing lives over here. Back to you, Miss McCray.
Wow, Miss Val Davis. I tell you, your story, first of all, you broke rule number 1. No, I'm just kidding. No. You know what? Powerful testimony. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard a couple things from Miss Val Davis' testimony that you could take away. You heard her story, her weight loss story. You heard the fact that, number 1, when you share her story, she shared with you what the products have been able to do for her. She fell into a state of depression. There's somebody out there right now that is feeling some kind of way, depressed. So you know that when it's somebody that you're talking to, when you write down these different stories, that's the reason why we say that we get on the 10 o'clock calls just to hear the presentation every single night, because it's different testimonies, it's different stories that are being shared. And now there's going to be some person that you come in contact with, whereas you have that story. But imagine now knowing someone else's story that you can relate them to, and now say, you know what, this young lady that I work very closely with, you know, you remind me of her and her situation. And you know what, there's this product that we have, the NIG, the Nutriburst, and it was able to change her life. You see how that goes? The power of a story is inspirational. It's going to impart something into somebody's life. So when it comes time to our story, you have to know that the more transparent you are, the more inspirational it's going to be. So we're going to keep it moving along, and then I definitely want you to jump back in for the next person. We're going to go right down the line. This is a young lady that I want to bring on who, you know what, she reached out to me, I want to say through, I don't know, Instagram. She sent me some type of message, and I ended up seeing it probably like weeks later. I think it was Instagram, because Instagram, I don't always see those messages. And I remember seeing it saying, I am somewhere on your team. I have no idea where, but you are my upline leader. And from the very moment that we connected, see, sometimes I want you to learn the story here too. Because if you are a part of Total Life Changes and you were brought in by somebody and you're not quite getting it, you're missing it, you're not plugged in like you need to be, learn how to move people out of the way. Y'all see this? Move people out of the way in order to connect to the person that can help lead you to the next level, that can help you close the deals, that can help you do the three-way calls, the lifelines, the launch calls. Move people out the way. Never stay attached to anybody if it's the blind leading the blind. You may join somebody that's new to the business. It's okay. But somebody new that's never done it really can't lead you. It means that you're growing together. So you got to find who in your upline can actually help you along. So that's what she did. And when I connected with her, I tell you, her story blew me away, because she had been a part of our organization for a couple months, out there, you know, just believing, using the products. And so since that point, when I tell you coachable, teachable, and just truly following everything that I share with her to do, that is this young lady. So Miss Sheena Ware, I want you to come on next. So go ahead and turn your camera on. Take off that beautiful picture that we're sitting here looking at. I hope you can come on. You're not stuck in cyberspace.
Okay, can you hear me?
We hear you, but we can't really see you. Maybe we will.
Okay, I'm trying to turn it on, but I can't see the camera on my end. I'm having technical difficulties tonight. I done switched cameras, moved rooms, and I'm in Georgia, so the weather's been kind of bad today, so I don't know if that is affecting the reason why, but nevertheless, I still wanted to get on and share my story. This is a huge opportunity, and I'm honored to even be a part of this group and being able to share my story. I'm new.
So Sheena,
I'm new to
Sheena,
yes.
Before you go any further, just go ahead and keep your mic unmuted, but put your picture back up so we at least see your wonderful picture. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Is that better?
Yes, that's better.
Okay. So a little bit about my story. I'm new to trying to tell my story, so please be patient with me. But my family and I, we have been in different MLM companies, but I just never had a passion to even try to even excel and push one. And over the time, I became very unmotivated. I became an overweight, stay-at-home mom, not being able to contribute to my household. And so I just, was once Total Life Changes was presented to me as an opportunity, I just stepped out on faith and I said yes to the challenge to be able to create some different goals. And I gained personal development once I started getting in on the calls and getting on the Wake Up and Win calls. And now it's just, once I connected and I heard all these stories, and I heard Coach Pam and her husband's story, and Coach Stormy's story, and everyone else's story, I was even more motivated. And I began to be able to dream again, that those things that I lost. And now I feel like I am truly the most, I want to be the best outstanding success story. And now I'm making money, on a daily basis now with this company. So it has truly been a blessing for me.
Wow, Sheena. That is awesome. And you have are basically now being a product of the product, and and you're also taking a hold of the actual comp plan and understanding that you know you can make some money at this, so you're motivated not just by the products but also by the money as well. So awesome testimonies. Thank you so much. For jumping on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what this is all about. Figuring out where you fit in and figuring out what your niche is, and basically moving toward that, and creating what you need to make those ends meet. And once you make those ends meet, I got to tell you, because before that, before you make those ends meet, you're kind of deaf. It's like trying to go out and tell a homeless man, where he can go buy, where he can go get some food, or tell a man that's hungry where he can go buy a house. They don't want to hear it until he eating some food. So absolutely great, Sheena. Thank you so much. We want to move, right along, and I want to bring this next gentleman to the line. I can remember when he first, started with Total Life Changes. I've always called him the epitome of coachable, because he would call me up and a lot of times just say, Coach, I just wanted to check on you, see how how you were doing. And a lot of people think, as leaders that we're not people. No, we love to be called and check on us as well. That means a lot, to us. And he was always saying, what can I do better? How can I move to the next level? And the good thing about the people that are on this call, on this hangout tonight, is that that's exactly what they do. But this gentleman, I've seen him grow. I've seen him move. Not I'm not talking about rank to rank, guys. I'm talking about just as an individual. I didn't know all of his testimony. I didn't even know that he weighed as much as he did until he put a picture online the other day that showed some pants that I'm like, those cannot be his pants. But I didn't know. And Pam was like, yeah, I think he did, lose some weight. And I was like, wow. So I was kind of blown away by that. So I had to repost that pic. And now I see, his amazing wife, Crystal, is in the camera with him, and we're excited to see you, Crystal, because we know what you guys are capable of. We see what Cornell is doing. You guys are a lot, like us. When Pam started out, and then she did what she did, and then I came on the scene, and we just took it to a whole nother level. We see that for you guys. But I want you guys to jump on, and basically share your story. And you know what? It's okay if some tears come out, because I can promise you, when I talk about my story, I'm gonna cry. That's just real talk. So Crystal, Cornell, you guys, come on and just share your story with the people. Hit that unmute button, Cornell.
Hello?
Okay, no technical difficulties now.
Can y'all see me?
Hit the button.
We hear you too.
Push
You
it
good?
again. You.
Oh, that's what it did.
You need to put you. You. There you go.
All right.
Are we on?
How's everybody doing? I don't know. Can everybody hear me?
We hear you just fine, Cornell. Speak up a
Okay,
little
Oh,
bit.
good, good.
Yeah,
All
speak
right.
louder.
oh no.
So, I just want to say hello to everyone. Total Life
Hi.
Changes is my wife, Crystal, which a lot of people don't normally
Hello.
see all the time.
I know.
But
Not a good time. Hello, I just washed my hair.
she's she's very excited about our journey, and it took a while, but um, we have been in the I don't know if a lot of people, but I've been in the trenches. So what I mean is that I've been, through a lot in my life. I don't know. I'm not going to take all the time and share everything, but with losing my sister and taking care of her two sons, me and my mom, as of losing cars, losing houses. I've been through. I mean, I've been through a lot. But I never gave up, and my wife stood beside me the whole time. And that's powerful. We have a son that's 20 years old. His name is Cornell, but I'm not going to get too much into it. But I've just found this vehicle, Total Life Changes, and I got introduced to this industry. I haven't been in marketing a lot. I was in one company, made a little bit of money, gave up, threw it out the window. Who cares? Kept doing something else. But I do multiple things. But when I ran across this bag right here, see this? When I ran across this and I seen the value, the value of it. I didn't take the product. I just seen the value of Facebook and Instagram that people was making money off, or I jumped right in because I wanted my wife and my family to live a little bit better than what we did. So I took on that opportunity, and when I tell you guys that, and my wife can vouch for you, when your phone light up at night and the room is dark, it lights the room, right? So she used to always get on me and nudge me and everything because I didn't sleep. So like, I sold tea and I stayed up every night. Like I had so many customers. And
not just selling tea, you were selling multiple things.
Everything,
Like
but the tea,
ongoing
it was
it was like nonstop. It was like,
but
can it just end? You have to take a break, whatever.
right.
But with this guy, it doesn't take a break. It's an ongoing thing. And I commend him on that because I'm not that one to do that. He lives, breathes, sleeps it. If he does sleep. Do you sleep? You get
Yeah, I normally get a power nap. But it's just that for everybody on this line, I thank you all. Because if it wasn't for you all, it wouldn't be here for me. Leader or not leader, I feel that, you know, I do tremendous things with the money that I have made with Total Life Changes. I went from paying Comcast bills, the AT&T bills, to light bills, the gas bills, to 2 weeks ago went to go get a car for my wife. And the point is that's different from anything else. I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna keep it real. That when you go get a car and you say, you know what, no, I don't need that in it. I don't want that. You can take that out. That we don't really need that. Can you show me something else that's a little bit it's on the same line, but can drop a couple of thousand, 5 or 6 thousand, and you might go from a LT to a LX or whatever. But to take her to the car dealer and tell her to get the fully loaded model, and to see her happy about that, it's just something that tickles through your body. Is that it wasn't like, oh, well, how am I going to pay it, or how are we going to do this, or how are we going to do that. It wasn't none of that. It's like, pick the model you want. Let's do it. We did it. She's happy. She's down 20 pounds off the product.
Yes, let's
She's
talk about that.
And that's amazing because
Yes, let's talk about that. The product. That's where it all began.
right.
That's where I wanted to go get the car. I wanted to do that. I've been looking at the cars for months. I started with the Cadillac. I was thinking about, oh, I like the SRX. And I was like, let me look at the Mercedes. And then, but let me focus on myself for one moment. And it wasn't until I dropped the weight that I wanted, and I still got about 10 more pounds to go, because I started out at being about 165, almost 170,
Right.
and then at the beginning of the year, and then I said, you know what, we need to do something about this. I need to bring this on down, and I've done the just working out and cutting out certain things, and it didn't work. It wasn't until I diligently did the tea and the NutriBurst, and then I started with the what is it, the NRG?
The ACG.
Yeah, ACG.
Yeah.
ACG, that I actually lost the weight. And I started that up in March, at the end of March, and in about probably 3 weeks, I almost like lost like 15 pounds. Seriously. 15 pounds in about 3 weeks. Every day I came home, I did a hot tea in the morning, no sugar. I didn't put honey or agave in it. I just did
Right.
a straight hot tea in the morning. And then I got to work. I did a half a cup of orange juice, and it was a Trump 50 with the 50% less calories. And then I did a capful of the NutriBurst. And I was good till mid-afternoon. I did a light salad. I would do a salad with shrimp instead of chicken because I cook chicken all the time. So when I got home, I had chicken and I got tired of eating chicken. So I said, let me do shrimp at lunchtime. But I didn't do any salad dressing. So it was just without the dressing. And that was really, really hard and the struggle. But I did it and I didn't do any bread. And it was okay. So you kind of get used to it. And it really isn't bad because if the shrimp was a little bit seasoned, I was good. And I came home, had another cup of tea, and then I had a piece of chicken and some steamed broccoli or steamed Brussels sprouts or anything steamed, but I only did sea salt, no iodized salt or anything that causes inflammation, and no oils, and I was good. And it was tough in the beginning, but in like 3 weeks, I lost like 15 pounds. And I went from a little over 165 to now I'm at about 146.
Awesome.
So that's the huge thing. So when I felt good about myself and good about my weight was when I was like ready to close the deal with the car. Because I could have did that a long time ago. Everybody gets excited about having a car, getting a car, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get this one. But for me, it was the whole thing. It was the whole persona. It was the whole lifestyle of everything. I wanted to look good, feel good, have the nice home, have the nice car, have the great looking husband, us being healthy and feeling good. It's a whole package. It's a lifestyle, and that's what I wanted. And I feel like with my husband, he's gone through so many things that I've seen in his life and been by his side through it all, that when he's joined this company and it was about being healthy and it was more of a lifestyle, and that's something that I think we all strive to have, is a lifestyle. And the lifestyle is looking good, feeling good, being healthy, and making money. And that's what has grown from this. And it's a still growing process, and we want to continue to make it money. And I know he says a lot about things and good things and inspiration that he gets from Pam and Nate. And
And we moving to Miami.
but you guys are an inspiration to us because you guys have that life. That's what encourages us and moves us to want to be better, move better, make more money. And it's a great company. For through all the other things that he's tried, this has by far been the best thing that he's done and the best company that he's been. And, you know, I'm like now on a sabbatical, and through this time that I'm going to be off, I'm really hoping that I can push myself and motivate myself to step out of my comfort zone, because this is like a hard thing for me to do, to speak and be in front of a lot of people, and I'm not in public and I'm over the phone, but it's the same thing. And I'm hoping that I can continue to push myself to work harder and be better within this company and be more motivated, because I get my inspiration from him and through the leaders. So I'm all for it.
Wow.
So there y'all have it from the Sweetnies. Um, we're prepared. We're ready to rock and roll. The weight has been lost. You got to ride. So, you know, we're just happy. So thank you, Total Life Changes. Thank you, Raquanda. Thank you, Elena. I love you, Miss Val. You the best. I like seeing you. Pam and Nate, I appreciate everything. Thank the whole team, Rosemary and the FARs, y'all keep me going, and I just like the whole team, and I like being a part of this organization. So CFG all the way.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much, Sweeties, for sharing that testimony. It's funny because I thought Crystal was quiet. Now we know differently, right? Behind every great man is a great woman, right? Wow, Crystal, I tell you, it was just great to hear you talk because we have, Cornell has truly been that one out there in the forefront, but we've always seen you out there, and just to hear your passion about TLC, what the products have been able to do for you. Congratulations on that new Mercedes that you guys have. Truly a blessing, and that's what's happening over here. And as you share your story, see, team, what we want you to understand tonight by hearing these different stories is that you can see the passion behind the story. And see, as we're listening to their story, no matter what you're going through, it takes you out of your current situation because it's inspirational hearing somebody say that these products changed my life, hearing somebody say that as a result of TLC, I've been able to go out and do this. It's given me some time freedom. I now am able to spend more time with my family. I've been able to eliminate some debt. I've been able to bring a new vehicle or purchase a new house because it was repossession. I lost some things. And see, it now allows you to know and understand that you're not the only one out there that may be going through some things. We've all been through some things in life, but what these stories do is they give you hope. They inspire you. So we're going to keep it moving. Thank you again, the Sweetnies. And we're going to move on along to the next line up tonight. And I think we're going to go ahead and we are going to bring a young lady on the line tonight, also out of the DMV Baltimore area, who is another young lady who I tell you we are so proud of, because I remember her reaching out to us in the very beginning. And they just had it. They just had it all together. And I would just sit back and I would listen. And I would simply say, darling, if you got it all figured out, we want to see you win. But she wasn't the most coachable person. But she would always say, Coach Pam, I need to figure this out. I need to get this. And finally she said, you know what? Okay, what do I need to do? And when she said, what do I need to do? And she began to really listen and let me know her heart and how strongly she wanted to win over here, no matter what was going on in her organization, no matter the fact that her sponsor wasn't really all the way in, had really quit the business, was doing other things. She said, I need to be connected to you. I need your guidance. I need your leadership. And as a result of it, she did what she had to do to go ahead and knock out director over here within our organization. And so she just had some phenomenal things take place in her life. So Nicole Harris, I want you up next tonight. So go ahead and take that beautiful photo off and share your story of what TLC has been able to do for you so far.
To quickly share your story.
Right, we run it. Right, it's not. Yeah, we run out of time. We want to get through everybody. And so,
okay, if you can hear me, I don't know if you can see me because
keep your picture up. Keep your picture up because we can't see you either.
Okay. Well, as long as you can hear me, that's wonderful. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Miss Pam and Mr. Nate for letting me share tonight. I wanted to say a lot, but First, I just want to say that I'm super excited because I totally have lost over 30 pounds using our amazing products. My ISOT, my NutriBurst, I love my Resolution, and I definitely can't live without my NRG. Now, the NRG is what I love the most because I work 12-hour shifts now, and I'm not falling asleep at work no more. And it gives me the amazing energy that I need just to go throughout the day. But the best part of this story is I went director, just as you said. And after I went director, I was seeing an increase in my checks. $200, $300, $400 a week in those checks. And I started saving those checks. And I guess about 2 weeks ago, I was tired of walking from the bus stops to get where I needed to go and the pouring down rain. And I just went and got my card and went to the dealership and said, look, Congratulations, Mr. Nate, for being able to buy Miss Pam that Maserati. And congratulations, Cornell, for buying your wife her Mercedes. But I am congratulating myself because for Mother's Day, I treated myself to a brand new Dodge Avenger. I needed a car, and TLC paid for that vehicle for me. So now I'm not out in the rain. I'm not on the bus stops, and I'm doing what I need to do. I'm getting around to see clients. I'm able to get to our TLC meetings without asking anyone, without going to the train. And it's just absolutely amazing that I came from a company where I hit a rank, but could not do any of those things, not even TLC. Truthfully, I'm losing weight, I feel good, I look good, and I'm starting to see and have the things that I always wanted to have. And that's basically how I'm going to sum it up. I won't, take an hour to tell you all that. I appreciate you all coaching me the way you do. And at one point in time, I wouldn't listen. But once I listened, once I got it, this is where I am now. So I appreciate you all, and I thank you all. And that's my story.
Wow.
Well, awesome. That is, look, I am so happy that you not walking away. Because Pam told me your story. She was telling me about what you were doing, and I was like, man, but you know what? It's gonna turn around for Nicole. And look, it did. I mean, I tell you what, it is. It's not about the big money. It's not about $500. It's not about
This phone has
those. It's about those small victories that we're having, that we're able to make those ends meet, and we're able to get those small victories that allow us to be able to wake up and say, you know what, I think that I can actually make it through the day today because we got some of that pressure off of us. I told y'all, guys, we were going from stress to blessed. That's exactly what's happening to everybody on this panel. So, I want to go ahead and bring, somebody else to the line because, I know we're running short on time, but, this young lady has done some amazing things. She's an executive director out of the West Palm Beach area, and I know for a fact that she is a product of the product because she is dropping that weight. We're so super proud of her. I want to bring this young lady to the line because she is so consistent and she is everywhere doing everything. And I tell you, the old adage is if you help enough people get what they want, eventually you will get what you want. And she is the epitome of a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. So, Ms. Raquanda Guy, please jump on the line and tell your testimony to our Hangout listeners.
Hello, everyone. I am so super excited. As Caretha Thompson say all the time, I am jacked out of my mind to be a part of this panel with each and every one of you guys. But let me tell you, I am excited. A year ago, just by drinking our flagship product, I lost about 25 to 30 pounds. But you guys, that was not the end of my story, okay? Just recently, I decided to take the challenge and try Total Life Changes HCG. And Miss McCray said, why are you doing that? Why you want to do that? I said, I want to do something different. And you guys, it has been something different. With this, you guys, I'm able to put 10 drops up under my tongue for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I am literally losing 1 pound a day. So within 30 days, you guys, I have dropped about 23, 25 pounds. Woo! I went from a size 24, you guys, to a size 12 dress. But even better than that, you guys, most people don't know that. Yes, it was amazing. But what most people don't know, you guys, and I just shared it recently with everyone, is that over the last 10 years, I've been a diabetic. And I wake up in the morning with my blood sugar at 400, and that's enough to put you in a coma. And the crazy thing about it is that I felt like I was dying. I know that I was dying. I would say to my husband all the time, different things, and to my kids, because I knew that I was dying. But with Total Life Changes and with the HCG drops, and with the NutriBurst, you guys, I have been able to take back my health. Instead of waking up in the morning with my glucose level at 400 or 500, I'm waking up with my glucose level at 148. And for most of you guys, I know that's still a lot. But for me, that's taking back my life. So I know we're short on time, you guys. That's all I want to share right now. But watch out, because I am going down from a 12 to a 10 soon. Thank you, guys. Take it away, Coach. Love you guys.
Wow, we love you too as you shrink over there getting your health back. I tell you, we're excited to be on this journey. What was that, Coach Nate?
I say she's an incredible shrinking woman. I love it.
Right, looking fabulous, fabulous down here in the Miami area. Thank you so much for Quanda for sharing that powerful testimony. As you, just like you said, TLC has given you back your life, and that's what's so exciting about these products that we have. They are truly life-changing. Listen to the stories. So we're going to keep it moving. The next person, people, I'm going to go ahead and bring to the line tonight is a phenomenal couple out of the Houston, Texas area. I believe it is Humble, right? Humble, Texas, right? That I tell you, you know, such an exciting opportunity to be in business with this couple, because when we say coachable, teachable, all of you guys are, but I know that Quentin has truly been able to build a relationship with Nate, and he reaches out to him, and you know, they do everything right. But I tell you, they've been able to do some things over here, mastering the art of retail and just having a lot of success. And so it's so refreshing to have, you know, all of you in our organization. But this couple, I tell you, they understand the home party, okay? The power of the home party. So out of Humble, Texas, let's go ahead and bring Quentin and Rosemary Farr to the Hangout tonight so you can share your powerful testimony of TLC.
Go ahead.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Rosemary. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Coach Pam, Coach Nate. This is quite an opportunity, and it's a different venue for me. So must admit I'm a little anxious. But I want to, first of all, just thank both of you for your leadership, and you are such an inspiration. I really want you to know that. First of all, as far as our story is concerned, you know, I have been looking. My story begins, it's not an MLM, but it's a story of health, really, trying to gain my health back. I have been looking and praying for something to help me with some health challenges. About 10 years ago, I started having a lot of problems with my health. I'd always been very active, and they were problems with joint pain and problems with respiratory infections, frequent respiratory infections, as well as abdominal problems. And so, of course, I went to see my doctor and found out I was diagnosed with several things. And I was also started on some prescription medication. Now, I have been a nurse at that time for over 25 years, and so I knew some of the complications associated with prescription medication. But of course, I took it because I wanted some relief. However, you know, I kept looking for something else. I was hoping that I could find something that could give me some relief without the problems. And so I was one day posting on Facebook because we were involved in another business venture at that time. And I saw this video. It was a young lady that I knew, and she was holding up this little green bag and talking about going on a journey of health and to lose some weight. So I thought, that's exactly what I need. I inboxed her, and she immediately called me, and we met up, decided on a place to meet, and I got the tea from her. She started trying to tell me about the business opportunity, but I wasn't interested at that time. I was looking for something to help me with my health, because at that time I was only 50 years old, and being a nurse, I knew that my health was just kind of spiraling out of control. And so I took the tea home. I immediately made it. The next morning, I started drinking it. I thought if this can help me just get a little bit of my health back, I'll be happy. And also lose some weight because I was inactive. I had been very active as a registered nurse, I was in the military as well. But so I had gained a lot of weight. I was over 200 pounds at the time. And I started drinking the tea thinking that if I could just start feeling better, I'd be happy with that. After a week, my clothes were loose. I thought I had lost some weight, but I weighed. I hadn't lost any weight at all. But I felt a lot better. So my husband told me just keep drinking it. I kept drinking it. After the second week, I lost 3 pounds. After the third week, I had lost 2 more pounds. And at the end of 4 weeks, I had lost a total of 8 pounds. So I was very happy. I was feeling good. I had lost some weight. And in the meantime, I had started researching the company and its products because I wanted to go further. I wanted to lose some more weight. I wanted to feel a lot better. I had decided at that time to start the NutriBurst. When I saw that it said 1 tablespoon equals 10 salads, I thought this is what I need. I need all of these nutrients. And I started taking the NutriBurst. I immediately could tell the difference because I was in poor health. And then I decided on a weight loss product. And my choice was the Resolution. When I heard that it got rid of food cravings, because I knew that was my problem. I was what I would always call I would tell my husband, I said, I'm just a junk food junkie. I couldn't get away from them. Even though I would try, I would tell myself, I'm not going to eat this chocolate. I'm not going to eat these Jelly Bellies. And next thing I knew, I was eating them. I started the Resolution. After 6 weeks on the Resolution, I lost 32 pounds. So I ended up losing a total of 40 pounds. I was so happy. I was feeling good. I could be more active then because it got rid of the weight. And I used several of the products, but I'm going to stop right there because to me, it was all about the getting healthy. But because the products work so well, my husband had always been active with different MLM companies. I was always the reluctant one. But this time, I got involved with Total Life Changes, and my husband joined me. He's my business partner, and we have reached the rank of director, and we're headed on toward executive director very soon. And we're just so excited about this company, what it's doing to help people to restore their health and their wealth. So I want to thank you all for allowing me to come on. And this is my business partner here, Mr. Quentin Farr. And
hey, everybody. Wasn't this lady just phenomenal? If you can just imagine somebody that's doesn't really like to talk and very reserved. And I'm just so proud of her and what she's doing and how she's growing. And I'll just add a little bit of my story. Like she said, my background is the military, and most people think that people have it made in the military, and actually they don't. I kind of broke it down like this. I wasn't happy with what they were paying me as a major in the United States Army when I was going full time all the time. Anytime. So after I retired, I said, now how in the world am I supposed to get happy with 50% of what I wasn't happy with in the first place? So ladies and everybody on the team have always believed in this industry of network marketing. When Rosemary saw this, and the key to me was that my wife was getting results, and she was being happy because my hands were no longer able to massage your knees with some comfort, and just imagine your spouse hurting and being in pain, and there's nothing that you can do about it. That was not a very good feeling for me at all. So I was like, she's getting results with these products, she's feeling good, I'm happy. And I'm saying that if she's excited about this, and I've always wanted her to be excited about the same thing that I'm excited about, I said, I'm getting excited about this. And I tell you what, personally, she was talking to me about this pouch that I was developing. And actually, I lost, ladies and gentlemen, 25 pounds in about 8 weeks, primarily drinking tea, Delgado coffee, and taking the NRG. And I tell you what, this business work, these products sell themselves. I think we've done very close to $100 in retail, not 100, but $1,000 in retail sales this week. Just did $340 today. People are calling us for these products. So if you're not making any money in this business, your wood is wet. You know, you got to get out there and get in. Just be there. People are going to talk to you. Be a product of the product, ladies and gentlemen. We're just scratching the surface, and we're going to the top in this company. That's it. Period. Hey, listen, Pam and Nate, really appreciate the opportunity to share tonight. Nate, really appreciate you, man. Just talking and listening to me. Really appreciate you guys. So, Cornell, everybody, it's a team. The teamwork makes the dream work. You know. So let's roll, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all.
Yeah, man. Did you just say your wood is wet? The wood is wet.
Well, yeah. I said that, and it won't burn.
That's a good one. I'm gonna write that one down.
Hey, guys, I'm from the country. I'm a country boy. You're bunch of them from me.
I love it. I love it.
Wow. Incredible story, I tell you. Rosemary, your testimony, absolutely amazing. Your weight loss. Seeing you guys work as a couple is just so inspirational. And I know every time we turn around, we have this little group. So if you're a director or above, you want to be a part of our WhatsApp group. It's a real small, intimate atmosphere. And I tell you, Quentin is always in there posting, hey, I just made $700. Hey, I just made, and it's like a little competition. It's the energy that takes place of all these leaders on this platform. They're posting, Val Davis, please. She'll sell some product in the bathroom at work. So, and we are so proud of all of you. So we're going to keep it moving because it's getting late and we want to get through everybody. So what the person that I want to bring on, and I tell you, I'm going to go ahead and bring her on next because I got this text message a couple hours ago, and I was pulling up into the driveway, and as I went to turn off the car, and I looked at my text message, and I opened it up. Tears began to run down my eyes, and I just began to think about the goodness of God and how God is truly blessing this company, how God is truly blessing our team. And so to see this text message and to know and understand, because there's a whole story behind this young lady and her fight to really get going over here at TLC, and I can remember, you know, the different stories, and even she knows who Coach Stormy is, and there were many times when she works at the airport, she would run into Coach Stormy in the airport, and tears would just stream down her face. And so when I got this text message, I was so blessed. So I want to bring on the Hangout tonight our incredible director over here at Total Life Changes, who has something phenomenal happen to her today. None other than AK English out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. So AK, come on and share your incredible testimony, because I tell you, it touched us just to see your struggle and just to see how we are winning over here. It's restoration time. So AK, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yes, keep your picture up because we're not seeing you still.
Okay. Is the picture up?
Yes.
Okay. Coach, thank you so much. Coach Pam and Coach Nate, who I don't get a time to often really speak with, but Coach Nate, I salute you. I salute you as the man that you are, leading your family, you know, a man after God's own heart. That really, really moves me to see a man operate in the capacity that you do. Well, today, I've been follow Coach Pam, and like she said, I've been running into Stormy a few times in the airport, and every time I would run into Coach Stormy, by the time she said, hey, I had tears coming down my eyes. And I didn't, like I told Coach Pam today, I'm very private. So a lot of my things that I go through and emotions and stuff, I don't put it out there because you never know who would either make fun of it. But I know everybody's story and testimony is a blessing to benefit someone else. But I just don't put my stuff out there. But I remember Coach Stormy coming through the airport, and I never wear my my TOC band. I work at the airport, so we're not allowed to really put on different things in that uniform. But this particular day, I had my band on, and she asked me, I see you in the business. How's it going? I was like, it's not. I said, but the products work. She said, why is it not going? And before I could say anything, I was in tears, you guys, just boohoo tears. And I just remember telling Coach Stormy, I want to win, but I got into a situation, and this situation kind of threw me off track with winning. I'm like, I'm going through a divorce. I'm back at home with my parents. I ain't got my car repossessed. I'm like, Coach, this just is too much. But the product does work. She was like, I got my trials I go through. You hear my testimony, my story. She was like, you got to get in here and win it. And she told me that she was going to give me Coach Pam's number. She said, I want you to reach out to Pam because Pam, she's awesome. Let her mentor you, let her train you, get all that she has to get. And even with that opportunity, guys, sometimes we don't take the opportunity and the blessing when it knocks. It was great to have Coach Pam's number in my phone, but I did not use her number. Well, guys, I didn't use her number because everything that was going on, every little thing, and all I could focus on was making sure that my two boys was okay, getting back and forth to this part-time job that I was getting tired of. Well, guys, one day I really got tired and sick of tired. And I remember texting Coach Pam and asking her, can I call you? She said yes. And the minute she picked up the phone, I have a habit of saying, I know you don't know me or anything about me, but Coach, I want to win. What do I need to do to win? And went on to tell her the situation that had taken place. And I said, I'm willing to put that behind me, and I want to push forward. And I tell her this all the time. You lead, I follow. Well, guys, that's what I've been doing. She's been leading. Her and Coach Nate's been leading. Coach Stormy's been leading. And I've been following. Well, I've had a couple of vehicles. Again, they've been repossessed and different things like that. The last car that I had, my father brought me a cash car because he was like, I need you and the boys to get around. Well, when you're in your purpose and in your time, and the enemy always tries to distract you. Well, I pulled over on the side of the highway because the lights on my car came on. I got out the car just in time, walking toward the back of the car, and the car caught on fire. And when the car caught on fire, I didn't lose my focus. I smiled about it. My mom came and picked me up, and I said, that's okay. We're just going to go get me a car. And I remember Coach Pam texted me. Well, we was talking, and she said, have you made director yet? I said, no, ma'am. But right in the time that she asked me was I going director, the car had just blew up. And I'm like, if this woman knew what was going on in here in Atlanta, and she wouldn't know have I hit director. But guys, because of push, and as Coach Nate and Pam says all the time, because of vision, I knew that I was going to succeed. Whatever it took, I was willing to do it. So I'm borrowing cars. I'm in my mom's car. I got this Infiniti stretched out like it's mine. But guys, today, something amazing happened. I had enough faith to call and go to the dealership, got to the dealership, was able to pull up my information, and because of the increase, I wish y'all can shout increase, that we received with total life changes of being a director, guys, I was able to roll off the lot in a fully loaded Hyundai Sonata sunroof leather interior. You hear me, Val? I'm riding now, boo. So I'm so excited, guys. I didn't let divorce stop me. I didn't let my car blowing up on the side of the road stop me. I was determined. I didn't let repossession stop me. I'm determined to win. And because of the leadership that we have with Coach Nate and Coach Pam, we are truly created for greatness. And I can say this in closing, my mom had ministered a message about being faithful over few things so that God can make us ruler over many. Guys, I was faithful over my heartbreak. I was faithful over the divorce, the cars, and all of these things. And guys, now God has had me in the season where I'm winning. I'm connected to Coach Pam and Coach Nate, and we are going to the top, you guys. So I'm super excited. Coach Pam put me on the spot to tell me that she was putting me on a panel tonight. But I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to share that story. And guys, this is just the beginning. Stay tuned for my Bentley Coupe, Coach.
Yes.
That's amazing. You know what? I saw the car. I was like, wow. I saw the bow on it. I was like, go ahead, AK. Because I saw the pictures of your car side the road burning. And I showed Pam, I said, look at this, look at AK's car. And it was just, it's amazing when God starts to restore you. But, the whole burning effect, this is what comes to mind, guys, because, people can identify with your story. It's not everybody, but there's somebody out there that can identify. So I know you guys have heard us say it, okay? Set yourself on fire and let the world see you burn. If you're able to do that, come out of your comfort zone and allow yourself to share your story with other people, even when you feel uncomfortable sharing it, trust me, somebody is going to benefit from it. And when you start doing that, you're going to start making relationships with people. As you heard AK say, she was a very private to herself type person. So was I, AK. So I know exactly what you're saying. I hated social media. I mean, Instagram, I didn't even have a login. Facebook, none of that stuff. But you know what? I realized if I wanted to have something different, I was going to have to do something different. And that's exactly where we are. So, you know what, AK, thank you for being transparent and really, really sharing your heart on this call tonight. It means a lot. You know, so guys, we're pressed for time, but you know what? Sometimes they say the last shall be first. And I want to bring a young lady to the line right now that I met in Atlanta, Georgia. Really, when I came out the box, you know, in Atlanta, I met this young lady sitting in the hotel, and I tell you what, she is not the young lady that you see on the screen right now because she was going through some things. And I could tell. Me and Pam talked about her, and you know, Pam said, you know, she's going through some stuff, and I said, I understand because at the time, you know, we were all going through stuff. But you know, this young lady, I've seen her grow. I've seen her go from just a blank look on her face to a constant smile. Every time I see her, she's smiling. She has one of the warmest smiles you ever want to see. She can just light up a room. You know, she's our very own executive director here. You know, Miss Elena McCann, Brinson, we are so proud of you because we see you grinding in the trenches. We see you with your head down and you getting it done. And we always tell you, don't worry about what's happening left and right. Just keep moving forward. You're the epitome of coachable and teachable, and we love that about you. So, Miss Elena McCann, please share your story with our Hangout listeners.
Good evening, coaches. And I just want to say really quick, I'm do this in a minute and a half. In 2014, life sent me an unexpected and very uncomfortable season where I experienced some financial difficulty. And during that season, I endured it secretly. I endured that financial struggle secretly because as that career woman, I've always been comfortable and secure financially. But as life changes, so does the seasons, and that's what I endured. But I remember during that time, I had to do something that I never had to do before. I was very shamed. I was embarrassed, and I endured it very privately because I have a career that paid very well. But you know what? We figured it out. And what I wound up having to do was go to a payday loan place. I did that for 8 months. Every 2 weeks, I had to borrow $500 and pay back $550, $550 every 2 weeks. And during that time, I was asking God, please send something to replace $2,000 because I lost 2 rental properties. And now, just as sitting here listening to everyone's story, I was kicking myself in my butt because I'm like, you made some bad decisions. Why did you let that property go? Why did you do that? But now I'm realizing that I'm experiencing the promise for my pain. See, if I didn't go through a season of loss, I probably wouldn't have said yes to Total Life Changes when it came around those last 8 months. And let me tell you something. I'm so grateful for my friend Johnny for calling me in November 2014, just asking me a simple question, do you want to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? I said yes. And that one yes, losing 15 pounds later, I had stopped getting payday loans. I don't have to go back and get payday loans. And on an average, I tell you no lie, thoughts become things. I asked God to replace my income by $2,000 a month because that's how much I lost from those 2 rental properties. And you know what he did? That was been my average of income that I brought in from Total Life Changes. So let me tell you something. I experienced a promise for my pain. I'm so grateful that I said yes. My finances have been restored, my health has been restored, and now I'm able to help a lot of people. So I'd like to thank you for allowing me to share my story. I'm not going anywhere. This is in perfect alignment with my purpose, and I will ride the wave. Thank you so much, coaches.
Wow. Elena. Woo. You know, I've heard this story time and time again. And I just want to say congratulations, thank you, because as I sat here and I listened to you tonight, I remember those days of Nate and I living paycheck to paycheck, and what helped us to get through was payday loans. And I remember when we ended up, getting to the point to where I think we moved somewhere and they weren't in the state, and we were like, how are we going to survive without those payday loans? But it was a struggle. It was a struggle, having to go, and you just never, once you get them, you can't, it's so difficult. People don't realize once you have to turn to a payday loan, it's so hard to pay them things off, and you end up paying 4, 5, 6 times the amount that you end up borrowing. So I just want to say thank you for sharing your story, because I know out there, somewhere out there, it's touching somebody right now tonight who is experiencing that. But what your story does is it gives hope to the entire world. Every single story that has been shared on this platform, I know we went long tonight, our very first hangout, but I feel like every single story was necessary, because as these stories go out forward into the world, they're going to help to change the lives of so many people. So this team is and I know Nate can definitely jump on board with this one of our first hangout, and we're going to jump online. We're going to do this often within our organization, because I say that it's great for us to get on here, be able to connect. And the biggest thing is that we want everybody to realize tonight. One thing we want you to know is that you have a story. Master it. Get yourself to the point to where you are able to share your story in about a good 60 seconds. And then make sure you're able to leverage your upline story, because your story is something that is very powerful. Your story is something that is inspirational. And so the more that you begin to share it, the more lives are going to be changed around the entire world. Remember, you got to lead with you. And so when we become that product of the product, and our lives begin to change physically, you see the passion that came forward in every testimony. A lot of us wiped some tears tonight. And a lot of us didn't even know what a person's story fully was. And that's the reason why you see you have that pen and paper out. See, I've been taking notes all night long, because we're connected, but there's even more to the story. And a lot of times we don't get to share it. So now you want to compact it to a 60-second, minute and a half, at best, story, to where now you're able to share it and impact the entire world. So I don't know if Coach Nate has anything. We're going to close out 10 o'clock. Call is taking place. But, it's closed out tonight, team. The one thing that I want to share with you is right now, all roads, you got 2 events coming up. All roads lead to Miami, Florida, June 11th, okay? Right here in Miami, we are going to have all the powerful leaders coming in for a major event taking place right here in Miami. Team Miami, Nate and I have 150 tickets. Well, no, that's for Atlanta. But we need to sell these tickets down here in Miami. But all roads lead to Atlanta, Georgia, July 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets. We got 150. We want our team to be represented. So I put something in our Facebook group so that we can get these tickets sold. If you've already bought your ticket, we want to know about it, so that we can take account of our organization and how many of us are going to be in attendance in Atlanta. Close out strong. Check those back offices. You know what to do. Make sure you're binary qualified. You got a couple hours to finish determining that paycheck for the week, but know that the week never ends. Your goals, you keep pressing forward. You keep driving forward. You keep moving right into the next week. Yeah, we close out this check, but we don't ever stop moving. So, Coach Nate, you got something you want to share so we can close out this hangout tonight?
No, I'm good. You said it all. Thanks everybody for jumping on. Everybody on the panel that shared their testimonies. I hope everybody wrote those testimonies down, because facts tell and stories absolutely sell. You want to be able to tell these different stories. I always talk to you guys about being a discerner of people. Once you come up on a person, you're going to hear little telltale signs that tell you what they're going through. If you can pull the right story out to tell that person, then guess what? You just identify with that person, and that person just let that barrier down, and they let you in. You built a very valuable, productive relationship. All right. So, guys, that's it. Again, thanks for jumping on, and that's all I have to say. Let's jump on that. Hangout.
All right,
Oh,
everybody,
great.
I'm gonna say bye to the world. Hey.
Bye.
Powerful
Bye.
testimonies.